Hello, welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
We got 3 comics here that we're going to talk about and then rate based on which one's the good, the bad, or the ugly, if any are applicable. The first episode or issue we've got here is Deadpool Number One, which is not really Deadpool Number One. It's like one of many Deadpool Number Ones. This one is The Circle Chase Round 1.
Now, this is billed on the cover or on the first page somewhere as being his first solo adventure.
I think it is.
Is that actually true?
I think it is actually one of his first issues. And if this wasn't like heavily water damaged, it'd be worth quite a bit. Second one is Deathstroke, the Terminator Number 0, and Deathblow Number 1. You might notice a pattern. We'll let you be the judge. So let's jump into the first one, which is arguably one of the most popular ones because the movie's out.
Right.
Deadpool Number 1. Tiffany, you want to tell us what happened in Deadpool Number 1?
Oh, man.
Or did you want Deathblow?
Yeah.
I think everybody wanted Deathblow. We all
Did
know.
I want this 6-page comic? Then when I arrived here, I had to double check that I'd read the right book.
Yeah.
Is this... Man, if you don't know what's going on in Deadpool's life already, you're going to have a really hard time with this book.
What?
Kind of like this girl did.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, Deadpool Number 1. I assume, there'll probably be a little bit here and there that I don't know. Oh! We're talking about characters who I've never met who have died already in this book.
Yes.
And the plot's really heavily contingent on that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So, hey new readers, suck it.
Yeah, they did not care about you.
You might call it impenetrable.
I might.
It's weird for being his first solo adventure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true.
But certainly not his first adventure, because he's referenced
No.
at least 2 of them in this book.
Yes. Like, is Cable Number 1, which I was
Yeah.
like, wait.
We did
do
Cable
that?
Number 2.
Oh, we did Number 2. I was like, I don't remember him being in that.
Yeah. I thought about doing Cable Number 1 in this, but because we did 2, I was like, ah.
That's fair. So we start off in Sarajevo,
Oh.
because why not?
Why
Well,
not?
good adventure
Right?
start.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like a bunch of green-colored guys. That's just their uniform.
Right. They're not Hydra agents.
No, and they're searching and destroying, and their mission is to find Deadpool, which is like, I guess that's what you call that? Search and destroy? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't,
Mostly,
I figured it would be like a hit.
Right.
You don't really,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or-
do you really seek and destroy a person?
Yeah, seek and destroy is when you go looking for something you're not even sure what it is. and
Right.
if you find the enemy, you destroy them. It's not like
Yeah.
targeted.
yeah.
or
No,
whatever.
it's not the same thing. You
Well,
don't seek and destroy that one thing.
Right. Well, regardless, they find Deadpool, but more like Deadpool finds them, and then he just lays waste to everybody
Of
because
course.
he's just like, how could you be searching and destroying me? Ah.
I'm
Oh,
Deadpool.
by the way, this is written by Fabian Nicieza with art
Yes.
by Joe Madureira, who rocks. Just saying.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
art's pretty good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Honestly. It's really funny because, like, this is, like, sort of, like, classic art in a sense, like, as we go further away from this style and this
Yes.
printing. But it's funny because Deadpool in this is so kind of like the way he is today that it's, like, almost sort of surreal
Yes.
because, like, not a lot has changed, I'm sure, with Deadpool's continuity.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say that, but, like, his overall tone...
Yeah.
Pretty much consistent.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I think is neat, because, like, you'll see a lot of superheroes, like, in the 90s or whatever, where, like, all of a sudden they're, like, super hard-edged or whatever, and it's like, that's not really them.
Yeah.
And then they come out of it, and it's just like, nah, this is just
Deadpool
different
was
art,
Deadpool.
but it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
So Deadpool spends many panels, like, kicking their butts and making fun of them, and comparing them to G.I. Joes, and making, like, very specific references to the size of G.I. Joes,
Yeah.
and then he, like, mentions Ken dolls, and, like, he
He's-
just goes on and on about action figures.
Well, he's
or
improving.
dolls.
Give me a topic.
Yeah,
Action figures. Okay. Oh, Ken
Yeah.
doll. Yes, and
Pretty-
G.I. Joe, the big, not the small. Mhm.
pretty much. And Deadpool is in Sarajevo because he's looking to run into Weasel.
Yes.
And
A character we've never
I
met
don't
before.
know who that is.
no,
But here he is now.
but you know though, right?
Yeah.
We all.
Because you've been reading Cable and
Wink.
X-Force and like all the other X-Men books he's appeared in, New Mutants.
Oh, you haven't?
Oh, well,
Nope.
then you don't know what's happening.
Well, this is Weasel. Here he is.
Yeah.
I
And-
thought
He
it
looks
was-
like a weasel.
Yeah, I thought it was the Punisher sidekick for a second.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
Oh.
Microchip.
Yeah.
That's a
Nope.
way. I'd rather
Yeah,
rather
nope.
have the name Microchip than Weasel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say. But basically we find out that there was this guy named Tolliver who I guess kind of ran a lot of mercenary work for other people. He was like,
I believe Tolliver came up in our Cable episode.
Oh, he must
I
have.
recognize
Because
the name.
they mentioned Cable in this, so I'm guessing yes. But
Yeah.
like, it seems like Tolliver is almost like when you hire like a job agency to like fill a position for a bit, and like he's that guy.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it feels like. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, it's really unclear.
He could be a gun runner. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like he hires out the mercs.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Maybe?
I don't know.
He's Charlie.
In the Charlie's
With the
Angels.
Angels.
Yeah.
What?
Deadpool's
Okay.
one of his angels.
Or he could be Bosley.
Or Bosley. Yeah. Why not?
I don't know him, so I don't know.
I
which
don't
one
know
is
what
which.
Bosley did.
All I
so-
know is that he's driving the plot of this book.
Yes, and
Because
he's
his name comes
dead.
up.
And he's dead.
And he's dead, which is actually the most important thing, because
Yeah.
Tolliver apparently, upon dying, had like a will that nobody knows where it is,
Yes.
and they're not even certain if he really has it.
Yeah.
But everybody wants the will,
Right.
and
Because of
the
the rumor.
yeah, there's all kinds of rumors
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
about the will.
Yeah. About how awesome it is.
Yeah,
I can give you
and trust
powers.
me,
I have no proof, but trust me.
It's legit.
You're gonna want
and
this will.
awesome.
it's pretty sweet.
What does it say?
I can't tell you.
That makes me want it all the more.
I know. You keep reading. Wade wants to like talk to Weasel and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for Vanessa," which I was like, "Oh."
Vanessa,
Vanessa, I
from
know
the
that
movie.
name.
But it's not quite her, because this Vanessa has like shape-shifting powers.
Yes, her name is
Uh,
Copycat.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
That's the name I wanted if I had superpowers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't.
No, I
Take
can. No. Step off, Vanessa. This is like the 2 pages where it's just like, hey, we'll
New
try to
reader.
fill some stuff in, but
Oh,
like...
did you want to know what's happening? All right, well.
All right, here's
here you
I'll
go.
try really not very hard.
Yeah. It's like, literally, you remember when you were a kid and like, someone was like, you're like, you know, can I see that for a second? They're like, see? Like, that's the type
Yeah.
of fill-in we
Can I
get.
get the plot really quick? I got a name. I got Vanessa
Yeah.
and Weasel.
Anyway, we're gonna move on now.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
show
but
me.
I'm really not contextualized yet.
No, it's fine. You saw it.
All right.
But pretty much it's just the Tolliver's dead, the will may or may not exist, and whoever finds it, they get everything.
Yeah.
Or not. And then we just go somewhere else.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
go to France, and all of a sudden the book's like, hey, man, I know we were just talking about how awesome Deadpool is.
Yeah, we got names like Tolliver and Vanessa
And
and Deadpool
Weasel.
and Weasel and this Will, but let's stop.
And now we're gonna talk about the Juggernaut. Because the Juggernaut's in this, like, facility, and there's all these, like, French scientists running around screaming French stuff.
Ooh,
They don't say that!
merit.
They-
Don't say that either. We can't print that.
All right.
and the Juggernaut's just, like busting through this facility, and he's looking for Black Tom.
Yes.
And
Who's Black Tom?
I knew who Black Tom was.
Well,
at least. I was
I've
like,
heard of
hey,
him.
Black Tom Cassidy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He's Scottish and a bad guy.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, if you couldn't figure that out, if he's hanging out with the Juggernaut.
I gathered
Well,
that.
Juggernaut's
he was some
kind of a merc
Yeah.
too, so it's like a merc book now.
Yeah.
But
I guess.
But this is clearly a mission of personal stakes for Juggernaut. He's
Yeah.
looking for Tom. He seems to really care about
he
him.
really wants him back, and like I guess Tom got into a bit of a bad way at one point. He ended up in this facility, and there's this like sleazy, like Paul Reiser and Aliens-esque guy here who's just like, oh hey, you just want to know where that's totally fine. Like come on over here. I hear Tolliver's dead, and I know you guys like were like with him, and like I guess some sort of orders came from Tolliver. I guess to either take care of Black Tom or
Right.
whatever.
Sure. This ties it into Deadpool, though.
Yeah,
We're
and
gonna get some
And it's
convergence
all about
going on.
Tolliver.
yeah, and then like so he brings Juggernaut to where Black Tom is, and there's like this reveal where it's like the James Bond-esque, like, you know, down
looking
the
down the barrel.
like, yeah, and like
Look
we're
at here,
like,
Juggernaut. Blam!
and we're like, oh my
It was
god!
a 10.
Yes. We'll save this reveal
Yeah.
for the last damn page.
So just keep that in
hang
the back
on
of
to
your
that.
head,
Like, remember
don't
when
forget.
Juggernaut goes, oh!
yeah,
We'll see why
right.
whenever you finish this book.
I mean, that's kind of an amazing face.
I do
That
like
is
it.
an amazing face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could eat
He's
like
really shocked.
he could fit 2 whole burgers stacked on top of each other in his mouth.
Right.
If you think that's as big as Juggernaut's mouth can get, when we do the sideways Spider-Man comic where he teams up with X-Force, I hope you remember this moment.
Right? Well, because I was also going to say, you got 2 amazing mouths here, because you got his incredible, like, jaw opening, but this man has a wall of teeth.
Yes.
Like, that's an impossible amount of teeth. They're too big. No.
Well, we're seeing the image they're presenting. We're seeing utter shock from Juggernaut's face. It's theater.
Oh.
And we're seeing, smug satisfaction
Right.
from that character.
So now we got
So
that.
put a pin in
But
that.
hang
yeah.
on. Now we're going to go, we think we're going to go back to Deadpool.
Right.
I know
Nope.
it said Deadpool.
New character.
Instead, we're going to go to New Delhi, and we're going to talk about Nico. And his brother, Pico,
Yeah.
was, like, Tolliver's, like, confidant. And so, like, a bunch of guys, that's all I can describe them as, a bunch of guys are after Nico because they're like, well, clearly he must have told you everything, so you must know where it is. And it's just like, kind of like, dude, like, if he knew where it was, he'd already have it.
Yeah.
So think
Because
about
this
that.
was magic or
for a
whatever
hot
and can make you
second.
get anything, so why wouldn't you take it?
Right? So, like, Nico's like, I have no idea, and he blows them away. Like, he's like a little guy, too, and, like,
Yeah.
makes fun of himself for that. But
He looks like a goblin.
Yeah.
right?
He reminds me of Image's Troll. There's a character who's
Yeah.
like diminutive and has like all these weapons.
I could definitely see that. And I guess his last name is Afghanigan. Afghanigan. That's his last name. No, but they had to have half in there because he's little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's a half
short.
man.
Right?
Half man again.
Right? So, then this dude shows up and he's like the courier.
Yeah.
And,
Tolliver's, I guess?
or someone.
Or something.
No, he's sent by
The courier's a free agent. He works for who? The highest bidder.
by the
Oh.
dock back in the 1800s.
Well, no, because he doesn't have the note. Nico has a note for him. And, like, it's basically in order to kill Deadpool.
Right.
Wait, you have to hand written notes
Yeah.
in order to get
This is
somebody killed?
pre-email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like in the weirdest envelope I've ever seen, like size-wise. I'm like, yeah, sure, that exists.
Yeah.
That's how you know, though. That's how you know, like, oh, that's a death order.
That's right.
That's the death order
It's a
size.
secret document.
So now somebody else wants to kill Deadpool.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
were people who wanted to kill him already at the beginning of the book.
Right.
But now, now it's
no.
real serious because this guy wants
Yeah.
to kill him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now it's legit.
Yeah, because Half Pint's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
right? And then we go back to Deadpool, finally.
Yeah.
Remember, like, Deadpool was left off with, like, this reveal of there's another voice bubble in the room.
Yeah.
And so we went
Yeah.
through all of those other things, and now we find out who it is. And it's Kane.
Yeah.
He's part of the Weapon X program.
Yeah.
He was with Deadpool. They were both experimenting
Yeah.
on the same program.
Yep. And he's looking for Vanessa, because, like,
They were together.
yeah, well, like, it's like he wants to help her, and, like, it's very obvious he also wants to bang her, and, like, Deadpool's like, and I want to kill her, but I also might bang her.
Yeah.
And so then they fight, and they just yell at each other for a bunch of pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Kane has like 7 arm guns.
Well, yeah, no, he shows
Yeah.
up
Well,
with he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also a cool action figure, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, an action figure that you could break a lot
It's
of
almost
stuff
like that's
on.
what he was designed to be.
Right, and
That's
like
weird.
he
You would say
self
that.
like heals
Yeah.
and repairs, and then
Mhm.
like and Deadpool self heals. So it's like they're just gonna punch each other and
Yeah.
shoot each
Until
other.
they eventually fall asleep.
Yeah, pretty much from punching. Like,
Yeah.
and then they punched so much they took a nap together. Click. And finally Weasel's like, "You guys are idiots. You have to stop."
Yeah.
And
We
then,
both
like,
want the same thing.
yeah. And
Also,
that's-
you're gonna kill me!
yeah, and that's when they realized like, "Oh, we do. Okay, well, I guess." Do they team up? No. He's gonna go, like, Kane's like, I'm gonna go. I wasted pages
Fighting you.
fighting you
for no reason.
For no reason. So I'm just gonna leave and, oh, by the way, I'm gonna drop some really incredible, like, mind-blowing information on you. So readers, strap in, especially you first-timers. Hold the phone. Because Slayback has been spotted and he's
Oh, no.
alive. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's right.
Ah,
You know,
not
Slayback.
Slayback.
Yeah, Slayback.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, and he's also
Mind-blowing.
looking for Deadpool.
He's in the book too.
And he also wants a piece of Deadpool.
And then that'll come at some point.
Yeah.
And then we see this, like, shadowy guy in a trench coat, which I assume is Slayback because we just mentioned him, and
Right.
I assume that narratively speaking that would make the most sense. Like, oh, we drop a hint. We don't see the reveal yet,
No.
but
Yeah.
But we're implying
But
this has
implying,
got to be
like,
Slayback.
right,
Yeah.
because he's in Department K outside of St. John's, Newfoundland.
Another setting.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Another
this
place.
is the
Different.
the James Bond iris was apropos because this is a globe hopping spy epic.
Yes. Now, of course, like, there is something, like, very tongue-in-cheek about this book. Like, the guy who...
Nisi knows that this is stupid.
Yeah, it's not just that, but, like, it's almost like they're poking fun, obviously, like, parody to some degree. Not,
Yeah.
like, over the top, where it's just, like, Deadpool can stand on its own, but, like, also, like, this guy, I think, the guy in green,
The
who
used car
Juggernaut,
salesman,
is dealing with, he's the director of Direct Directions.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And also, every scene ends in a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Every scene ends in an
Every single one.
OMG moment.
Yep.
yeah,
That then has no good payoff.
right?
Yep.
As if musically it was going. Ba-da, ba-da.
Yeah. So this shadowy guy in the trench coat is at this Department K, which is like a secret organization or operation in Canada. So it's like, and he runs into a security guard who he then kills, but we don't really see how.
No.
But like
Yeah.
seemingly from across the room.
I assume he slays
some
back
way.
him.
Well, whatever that means.
Well, you see something go.
Yeah,
he's
that's
got-
right.
I don't know what it is though. I
It's
can't
like-
tell
it's
what
like
the
the
hell I'm looking
Terminator
at.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
like-
can conjure sharp stabbing weapons.
It's
something-
it's
or
either
launch
it's part of
them.
his finger. I don't know. But then he also uses that to break in
Yeah.
to the door. Like he
It does many
lockpicks it.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And he's searching through the Weapon X program, and he's looking specifically at Kane's files and Wade Wilson's files, and it,
Luckily, they're right next to each other.
right, and
Yeah,
it is, and
it's
it
in
is,
alphabetical order.
and it is Slayback. I forgot that we saw that one panel.
They do say.
where they say,
Slayback's
like,
alive.
again, again, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, which
no.
must be a joke.
But like
Yeah.
his like reveal, I'm just like, what am I looking at?
yeah.
Yep.
He's like a skeleton man.
I don't know.
It's like-
He's
it's
kind
like-
of goblin.
He's like skeleton.
He's also got a lot of
Yeah,
teeth.
he looks cool.
Yeah, he does look kind of cool.
He's a scarecrow.
Yeah, I guess. To me, it looks like the Skeletor and the Joker. Like,
Yeah, it became Slayback.
yeah,
Or
sure.
the demons from Evil Dead.
Oh, the Deadites.
Deadites, yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
So then we end our Deadpool book on Juggernaut and the director of Direct Directions, and the reveal of Black Tom, who I guess he had been shot up a whole lot, so they like did a bunch of stuff to him, and like Black Tom is like ready to get out there and start killing, and he and Juggernaut are gonna work together to find Tolliver's will.
Yeah.
And
And
It
he looks
looks
really
like-
cool. He's like a cyborg kind of thing.
Oh, is that it? Because it looks like they grafted him with beef jerky.
Yeah, well,
it
that's...
looks like I thought he looked like he was filled with roots.
It's really
Like
unclear what
now,
the hell's
now
going
you're
on
a
with
tree
him.
man.
Yeah. They did something to him, and now he
Yeah.
looks gross.
Yeah.
And
I
more
guess.
madder
Cool.
than ever.
And he's missing an eye.
Yeah.
So you got like what, like 4 teams now or whatever? Like
Yeah, well,
looking for
we got-
Tolliver's
We
will.
got Tom
got-
and Juggy. We got Kane, who's a team unto himself.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Uh-huh.
And Nico.
And
Nico.
Nico, who's going to go kill Deadpool.
He just wants Deadpool.
And then Slayback,
And
who's gonna
Slayback,
go
who's going
dead.
to find out about Deadpool.
Yeah.
So it's setting up a lot of things for a 4-issue miniseries, which, what?
4 issues?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what I expected.
But you didn't get it. Like, this is a book that defies expectations.
It really
Yeah.
does, because I don't know what I was expecting, and what's in here is certainly not it. But I don't know if I don't know if it's good or bad.
You don't even know what you got.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't even know what this is supposed to be.
I don't. I did really enjoy like the Deadpool stuff though.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
When he's in there, I enjoyed it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, even though only like 20% of the book even has him in it.
Which is odd.
That's
Well, Tiffany, you just did Deadpool. You get to pick who gets to do Deathstroke.
Man, that's pretty cool. This is it.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is it. Neat. I thought I was gonna end up having to do this one. I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
So this is Deathstroke the Hunted, number 0. It's
Yeah.
by Marv Wolfman
Yeah.
and something.
That's some guy.
You know what? We literally never have Sal do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what happens when you put me in the power seat.
Yeah. Deathstroke the Hunted, number
The
0.
beginning of tomorrow.
Yeah, which is technically a connection with 0 Hour, because like
Really?
all the books came out with 0 Hour issues,
Oh.
which kind of like established new origins or set up their new timelines and
What's
stuff.
that?
That's the logo for 0 Hour. Like that's how you knew it was a tie-in with 0 Hour. This is written by Marv Wolfman with art by Sergio Corello. Deathstroke, The Hunted, number 0 is basically a big chase story about how Deathstroke tried to kill the president, or so everybody thinks.
Right.
And we get like a whole bunch of different coded or overt messages between different groups of people that are giving either status updates about hunting Deathstroke or about like the status of Deathstroke's like
Well, how bad he is and how much he needs to
how he
be
needs to be
captured.
destroyed because
Yeah.
he's just too dangerous, and he used to be
A hero.
a hero even though he's never been like an official hero.
Nah, he was.
But he was like a good mercenary.
They say he was though.
Yeah, but like he never was.
Maybe they have like posters of him up.
They're like,
And
oh,
They just thought he was
awesome.
real cool.
Yeah.
He's a
Like,
cool
we thought
drawing.
you were really cool,
It's
and
just
now
him
you're a
with
dick,
guns.
right?
Yeah.
And his cool Deadpool mask.
And he's got a sword.
But I love it because this also has one of those great conventions I love where he's attacked. We're swordfish in this book. We start right in the middle of the action. Deathstroke is
He's
torn,
already
he's
running.
bloody, he's on the run, he's pursued by many, many different army guys.
Like
and he
literal
says-
army guys?
Yeah, and green.
Green berets, if you will.
And
he
not
says,
like tiny plastic guys.
No. And he
like
thinks
real.
to himself, how did this happen? And then we go back. We go back and find out what happened. And the idea is that, like, there was this prostitute girl who was set up to hook up with a senator, and then the senator is executed by the most 90s character I've ever seen since The Fate.
What's his name?
Is he Omega?
I was gonna ask that.
Right, because he has nothing but Omega logos on him.
He's got his friggin' knee pads.
Knee pads, forehead, chest.
And chest.
I've never heard of this character before, and this was a zero issue that didn't get me to ever read more Deathstroke books, so I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the same pool as everyone else.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So I don't know, but he's awesome and cool, and he's got super big guns, and he's really, really judgy about, like, extramarital affairs for some reason, but he completely obliterates the senator to the point of, like, shooting his arm off and stuff. But he shoots the senator, kills him, throws his body in a body bag, and then leaves. What's great about the scene is it's being recounted by this woman who is facilitating the extramarital affair, and it's a dominatrix situation. She's got him, like, tied up on the bed. She goes into the bathroom to, like, wait for him to, like, be ready, and that's when he's executed. He's really angry about him having this affair, but she's hiding in the bathroom, and he leaves with his body, and he never looks for her.
Right.
Even though there's no way he could have handcuffed himself to the bed, and he also calls him out for having an affair. If this dude is just binding himself up because he wants to masturbate or something, like, I don't see how that warrants an execution, but
No, I think
nevertheless.
he's sent there for a reason.
Oh,
I
no.
think he's just commenting
He is,
on.
he is.
He's just
No,
like,
it's fine.
oh, and you're having an affair.
right,
Well.
but, like, this woman, to
he's like
escape...
pretending like he has.
That's fair. A moral compass.
To escape nobody.
To escape no one, she
doesn't
leaps...
go looking for her.
No, who
but-
doesn't look for her and doesn't care about her in any way, but I guess because she's worried about assassination, she leaps from this really, really tall beach house onto jagged rocks, and she makes a point of saying she landed on her face and arms.
Yeah,
Like,
it broke several bones.
she jumps in the worst way possible, even though in the flashback it's depicted that she lands on her legs. But never mind, she lands on her face and stuff, and
she
she's totally
flipped
messed
right
up.
after that. She just pitched forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In
It's too
midair.
much-
She's like, wait, no,
Momentum.
the most surface area. Ugh.
Yeah. But the
You
reason
forgot,
why...
though, that this is actually a flashback within
Within
the flashback
yeah.
that he's
well, because
having.
Deathstroke gets called to meet with her while she's in the hospital and she's all messed up, and they're like, "Wow, did this happen?" She's like, "Well, let's go back. Let's go back." So we go back to find out how this happened
And then he escapes in a tiny rowboat.
in a hilarious
rowboat.
rowboat.
a inflatable dinghy.
Yeah.
Yes. So he leaves with the dead,
But
bleeding body of the senator.
There's seemingly no other boat.
No, that's how he got
That's
there.
how
No,
he got
I'm
there.
I'm just
Friggin-
going out to
Yeah,
sea.
he rode from the
use
Caymans.
a motor because it would have tipped off the senator that he was coming.
Yeah.
I spent all my money on my guns and my Omega logos. I didn't have enough for an actual boat, so I bought
assume
this.
He just found that boat.
Right.
Yeah,
This
right.
was the senator's
He just
boat.
stole
He's
it
like
from
after
found a boat.
it was going to be a post-coital, ocean ride.
He was going to row her out into the water
And then
in a
kill her.
inflatable raft.
And drown her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we kept that flashback, and then we finally go back to another flash forward between the flashbacks,
Right.
where she's basically like, Deathstroke's like, "That's all well and good. Why do I care?" And she's like, "Because a couple days later, I saw the senator who was obliterated on TV endorsing this bill that Bill Clinton himself, the President of the United States of America, at the time of the printing of the book, and within the context of the story, signed into law."
Yeah.
And how could he endorse this bill and co-sign it and be on TV if he was dead? So Deathstroke, you need to get on top of this and find out more about it. And he's like, "I'm on the case." And this is when I'm like, he does that?
Yeah, he's a
he
secret
likes them.
investigator.
He knows them.
He's friends.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Well,
friends.
he likes sweet lilies.
Yes.
Like-
Oh, that's...
That's the name of the place.
I know.
He's just
well,
doing
we
him a
meet
solid.
we meet a couple of characters in this book that are like, "What? Why?" But like one of them is this prostitute.
They're building
she's
out
Marley.
the world
Marley,
of
thank
you.
of Deathstroke.
Yeah.
He's got friends. He knows
right?
people.
Yeah. What do you think? He just bangs underage girls in Teen Titan crossovers? No, he has a rich, full history that we're gonna touch on every other page.
I'm
So-
sure the bill was also somehow nefarious.
Oh yeah,
Or
no,
something. It's some kind of anti-terrorism.
It's an anti-terrorism bill, but like that's all they really talk about. The bill is the subject of the conspiracy. So we don't want to tell you everything about it.
Right.
So
Or
Deathstroke is just
anything.
like fighting army guys, and they're like,
Meanwhile, back in the present.
yeah, they're looking for him, and they're like, oh, I can't believe we got to fight Deathstroke. He's awesome. Like, yeah, I loved him. I think I got a poster of him in my bedroom, but now he wants to kill the president. So then we go back in time 2 weeks
Another
to-
flashback.
to London.
Yeah, and then, here's what's unfortunate about this is the other flashbacks were
Had a different
color
color
scheme,
scheme.
this
and then
one
they
does not.
and
This
then
one
they
is the
just
same.
quit.
No,
Yeah.
well, you know, they'll
I
get
don't
it.
care anymore.
So
I already colored this page. It's over.
yeah,
You didn't ink this until later,
that's probably
or not
true.
ink it. You didn't letter it, I should say.
Yeah. So in the
This is when
flash,
it really goes off the rails.
yeah, because then in the flashback, they're all looking for Slade. This group, the secret group,
This
of-
angry lady.
yeah, this angry lady who is looking for Slade, and she's like, "We're gonna find him," and you're like, "But so people are looking for Slade already?" Like
So 2 weeks ago, they
so 2
were
weeks ago they were looking for
separate
him,
from the people now looking,
who are looking for him right now,
which is the government.
Yeah.
and that has nothing to do with when Slade was called in to visit with Marley.
No, or does it?
No,
It doesn't.
they're
in
not
this book
calling
anyway.
him. No, so
There's a separate plot that we're introducing right now in the middle of this
that's
book.
right, because we're setting up a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
for no reason. And so they're looking for him, and they're looking for Pat Trace, another
Okay.
character we've never seen before, but will at the end of the book.
Apparently.
She's going to come in at the 0 hour and say Deathstroke. But anyway, forget that we were just in London 2 weeks ago. And then we meet Crime Lord, who lives in Zandia, who...
Or is what? I was really confused by these pages.
Yeah, no,
I don't think he does live there.
no, that's right, they're holograms.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crime Lord is hanging out in his sweet, crazy estate, or not estate, but like his facility,
Yeah.
being serviced by 3 buxom Amazonian women who are giving him tea or bongs or mushrooms.
it
And
looks
they're
like-
wearing armor.
It looks like a small amount of grapes, a piece of lettuce, a glass of wine,
and some cigars.
and some potions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So
you
they-
got to keep your mana up.
Right. So they're hooking up Crime Lord or the Crime Lord
Or the crime lord.
because
is
they
referred
refer to
both
him
ways.
both ways. And there's no distinction in terms of social hierarchy.
No.
Why? But Crime Lord's watching a gladiatorial fight via holograms or like hard-like constructs. It's cool looking, and it's the only like moment of fierce combat we see in the book besides
Yeah.
like Slade being chased.
Running away.
Yeah. So, and you know that's what they were doing. They were like, the book's dull, put some fights in it. So he's watching that, and then Monsieur Lebec is waiting for him, and so he's got to go. Crime Lord's got to go meet with him. So
Well, meet with him
holographically, of course, because he's not actually in the scene.
He's
so
in a
he-
room surrounded by
Yeah,
screens.
so these girls aren't there either, are they?
no,
No.
they're holograms too.
Right?
Except how are they handing
no, I
him
think
things?
they're real. He's a hologram.
I don't know,
No,
because
just
then
look, it
he's
says creating, and then he like it pans back.
Well, 'cause
That's the
when
big screen he's
he
watching.
creates him in the room meeting the guy. He says to also generate an assistant, and he explains how old they should be and how they should be dressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think any of that's happening.
No.
Oh yeah, probably not.
I think
yeah.
this is like the scenario he set up because this is still happening when he's having the other
Yes.
meeting.
Right.
Which I'm like,
So maybe-
but why?
So is there a Crime
Well,
Lord
because-
hologram?
To what end?
to
Well, I-
oversee the combat.
'Cause if
Someone's
I'm
gotta
not
be in
there,
charge.
right,
It'll
so
just descend into anarchy.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
controlling the combat. He's just watching it. It's just
Well,
like
these
watching
are the-
paper.
No, he's like an
Throne
honored
room.
guest.
It
Yeah.
describes it as a throne room, so I think he's like in charge there. So he's like, if I'm not there, like,
Then-
how will I impose my will on these people?
That's
so
true.
Well-
but I can't be. I don't want to be
Well, he'd be
there.
everywhere
I don't
at
want
once.
to cover up these beautiful panels with all these words, okay? I'm
like,
not going
or
to
give
explain
context
it.
or anything. Anyway, so then we stop because every scene just stops.
Yep.
And Deathstroke's like, boy, it wasn't always like this. Then we flash back again.
Wait, we came back to the present to do another flashback?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
We reorient ourselves. Then we go back to 3 weeks ago. Don't forget that the Crime Lord scene was 2 weeks ago. But
Right.
this scene is 3 weeks ago.
Back
And-
to 3 weeks.
Back
we're
when
back
he met
to-
with the hooker.
Yes, and in fact, we go back to the old color scheme of the hooker of Marlene or Marley.
I guess it's
or,
only his memories.
yeah, maybe
and then
his
her memories.
Yeah, maybe his and her memories. Well, her memories
Oh,
are
so
red.
his memories are colorful.
His memories are monochromatic. Her memories are just red, and then
Well, that is
and
monochromatic.
well, yes, but like his are more yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say his are muted.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Hers are red.
Deathstroke's memories are muted. Marley, the hooker's flashback memories are red, and the regular flashbacks are simply regularly colored.
And if you weren't reading, well, then you are very confused.
Yes. So then we go back, and we're in Harlem, and we're meeting up with a really fun character that I actually really enjoyed in this story.
Maurice.
Maurice,
Which-
Yeah.
who was a woman.
Yep.
That threw me off because I was like, Maurice, right, okay, huge black dude. Oh, it's a chick. Okay, well, fine. So Maurice is cool because she's like the Black Kingpin of Harlem, but it's in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And, so Deathstroke and she are friends, and he's like trying to get information out of her about. I don't remember even what the hell that he's trying to get information.
He's
about.
trying to get information about the
Omega.
senator.
Oh, about the senator. That's right.
Because like he's trying to like track down.
Yes.
Why
would
would somebody like, replace him?
Yeah.
Right. Why would who would want to steal the plot of the G.I. Joe movies?
Right.
So.
Yeah,
20 years before they came out.
Was it that he really just thought that it was bad that the senator was cheating on his wife, or
well, he's like,
was
it's
there
all
some
connected
other...
because he is responsible for conspiracies himself. So he's like, okay, yeah, I see where this is all going. Plus, there was a cool dude who we never referred to again who was responsible for the death of the senators. That means that there's big money involved.
Right.
So she then, thankfully, refers to events that took place 2 weeks ago, but doesn't flash back about them. And
We're already in a muted color scheme. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, before you went to the red one in the middle of the muted color scheme, so by all rights, she should get her own like blue flashback or something.
I agree.
No,
She's like, I'm good. I don't
need a flashback. So she talks about how the senator was going to quit being a senator to take care of his wife, who's dying of cancer, but he also...
Right, so why kill him at all?
Why kill him at all? But also it's weird that he's like, I'm going to quit politics to take care of my wife, but I'm also going to cheat on her.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, you're...
Well, he probably can't have sex with her while she's having chemo.
I guess that's fair, but like, also, like, what?
Yeah,
So-
why does all this even matter?
Right.
Why is it even coming
So he's
up?
like, that's very interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
You understand? I had a conversation with my wife. We said it was fine if I do this, so it wasn't even it wasn't even an affair. I don't even know why that guy killed me.
Right, so why do that at all if he's just going to leave? There's a great mystery afoot.
Yeah.
We cut back to the present. Deathstroke is having another high-flying adventure. They make a point of mentioning that they called in the superheroes
Yeah,
to
there's
deal
like
with it.
2 different teams that are after him.
Yes, there's the Army and Checkmate. And Checkmate is a cool, like, spy organization.
Oh, when did
that is
they explain
explained.
that?
They don't
They
in this
don't.
book. But if you're a
Yeah,
DC
oh,
fan,
no.
you know that Checkmate is actually integral to, like, the DC underbelly.
Ah.
And that's cool.
And I figured, I didn't know who they were, but I figured that they were against each other at the very least because the beginning communiques between the 2 guys running the whole things were like very much like a, hey, I'm gonna win. Hey, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
So then Deathstroke muses that like, man, I'm surprised they didn't call them the supers yet. They don't show up, by the way. Don't be like expect some cool moment to happen. But,
I thought, isn't he?
Well,
yeah, but like,
he is...
so Deathstroke does get like the drop hit on him by a unseen character who like torments him via words and shoots boom lasers at him. And he says like, I can't let you get away, but I also can't kill you because that would be too easy. And I'll like let you get captured. So he just knocks him out and just leaves. But I didn't even get the idea that this was a superhero that was called in. I get the feeling this is another freaking character.
You think this is that Omega guy?
I don't think it's Omega because
look, he's got a shoulder pad.
yeah, but he is.
Everyone has shoulder pads.
But no, but you can also see that he's wearing a head sock because he has his hair popping out the top.
But where would his dinghy go?
Maybe
This is a city.
This is also we weren't
This is
afraid of
much
showing
later.
Omega before.
Right. Maybe it's Electric Blue Superman.
I disagree.
I know.
It hasn't happened yet. They haven't. Superman, I think, barely has a mullet at this point.
Oh.
But
well, you better get on that.
I know.
The 90s are coming.
There was an ad for Mullet Superman in this.
Yeah, he's here, but like he's just barely been mullet Superman.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, but he
takes a while
won't
to
be
grow
blue
it.
yet. So they knock. So he knocks out Deathstroke. Deathstroke's down for the count, and then he is reclaimed by at least one of the groups that are chasing him.
It's the FBI.
And it's the
Ends up with
FBI.
the FBI.
And so they strip him down into his tidy whities, which is like great to know. That's like, Wilson, where's the briefs?
Oh, I thought he was. Oh yeah, I totally
you
missed
see
that.
it
I thought
there.
he was totally new.
I thought so
All
too,
right.
but then you turn the page. But Deathstroke is like not even being interrogated. They're just kind of like, you were going to kill the president, and like we're going to get you. And he's like, I wasn't trying to kill the president. I was trying to save him because I knew that there was this dude who was going to like suicide bomb himself. He was impersonating the senator, and he was going to blow himself up to kill the president because he. So the idea is that like. The reason why they impersonated the senator was because the senator started jogging with the president, which is actually kind of funny because if you remember President Clinton's like administration, he like got a wild hair up his ass at one point and went jogging a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he used to like visit his constituents while he did it. Like he would go on his run, and like people would run with the president.
There was a great SNL bit about that.
There was a great SNL bit about it where he like runs into a McDonald's and then like eats everyone else's food. So,
Nice.
But I think he actually did go to
yeah,
he probably went to McDonald's.
Oh yeah, no,
I doubt
did.
he ate everyone else's food.
But it was the
he
joke
might
wasn't that like the joke of the sketch is that he's a glut and he was just like cheap and wanted to eat everyone's food. He's making a joke about warlords and he's like, "See, we're trying to send humanitarian aid, but it's getting intercepted by warlords."
Like, I just intercepted your burger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, the senator was going to blow up the president, and the impersonator was going to blow up the president, and only Deathstroke knew that the senator had been replaced.
Right.
And rather than like tell anyone or like call Superman,
Yeah, he shows up in a helicopter.
he shows up in a helicopter to like assassinate.
No, he had that guy call ahead.
Yeah,
that's
but
right, he
like
did.
no one listened,
and no one believed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's insane.
Yeah, because that's like really convenient.
Yep.
Wouldn't you like just scan the guy real quick? Be like, hang on.
Yeah, I would.
We got this crazy call.
Well, they said they checked his fingerprints and
Yeah.
they matched.
No, I meant, but like, you know. Oh yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
it. But,
Yeah.
like, I still would.
Anyway, so it's not going well. Deathstroke's alibi. or
Yeah,
whatever,
they're
is
like,
not-
is he telling the truth? No,
probably not. Though.
No, but
That's weird.
He's
Deathstroke
never
should-
attacked us before.
Deathstroke showed up in a helicopter and shot him with a gun.
Yes.
And the
blew up.
senator blew up. And Deathstroke was like, how would that have worked?
Yes.
How, like, what gun does that?
Yeah. So
God.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was your gun.
A gun that
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah. And
And to be fair, I would believe that 100%.
Oh,
Be like,
yeah.
of course you have a gun that blows people
right,
up.
yeah,
why
you're
not?
Deathstroke the Terminator. But like the fact
The
is,
Terminator is in your name!
I actually believe that he says like, or he thinks something to the effect of like, I'm sure if they analyzed the footage and they like, I could clear my name, but I won't because it's not
It's
worth
like,
it.
they're not going to believe me.
Yes, that's when the lady who was referenced earlier in the story by the flashback that had no color difference in it.
And
Pat-
his friend.
Yeah, and his friend Pat Trace and her team pretend to be another clandestine organization that kidnaps Deathstroke from the FBI. So they pull him onto a stolen Soviet submarine, and then reveal themselves to be Deathstroke's buddies, including Pat. And they're like,
I guess
all right,
they're
so
his
where
team
to?
now.
Yeah, they're his team.
Yeah.
They're like, so where to, Deathstroke? And he's like, good to be around among friends again. Like, he knew it was going to happen, even though he totally didn't. But he's like completely comfortable, like settling into that idea, and he's like, "We're gonna unravel this mystery."
Yep.
And
Because that's what I do.
that's what I do. I solve mysteries now. That's who I am. And then we go back to Harlem, where the hell's her name?
Maurice.
Where Maurice is like talking to an expert on
Squirrel. Like, that's
no,
he's
his
an
name's Squirrel.
Yeah.
An expert on like demolition or whatever. It's somebody
Or
who
gadgetry.
yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it's like Deathstroke's Q.
Yes, thank you.
He's like making a whole bunch of stuff for Deathstroke.
Mhm. And Maurice gets the impression that something bad's about to happen, and then she explodes. And it looks like either Omega or the Punisher or somebody, probably the guy who shot Deathstroke in the first place, because he has shoulder pads and at least arm gauntlets with skulls on them, says one down. And you're like, oh, I guess they're picking off Deathstroke's friends or allies to like put him into a corner. The reality is no one will ever know because nobody cares, and that's what happens in Deathstroke number 0. It's just a web of intricate conspiracies written by someone who has no idea how a conspiracy works. So
It's a web of time jumps.
there you go. And so, which one of you is going to do
Who's it gonna be?
death blow? Who's going to get the death blow?
Was that upside down this whole time?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Well, because Cybernator was right.
Yeah, because, by the way, if you get a copy of Deathblow number 1, there should be about 1,000 at your local comic book store. You can flip Deathblow and get a cool Cybernary story as well.
Actually, no, you don't flip it. You just keep reading Deathblow.
Yeah.
That's right. But if
For
you want,
some
Which I
reason.
did, because I thought it was the same book.
I
but if
did
you
not.
want, oh yeah, I did not. I went, oh,
It's like,
it's
why
over.
did we take this jump into this other story?
Yeah,
Deathblow.
because that's
Oh,
Cybernary.
that's Cybernator.
I
Yeah.
stopped reading, and then I was like, did I read the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could
You
that be
did.
the right
That's-
thing?
that's
It's only
so
like
short.
4 pages.
Well,
I know.
What happened?
Whoa, well, don't give it all away. So, all right, you know what? You can both tell us what happened in Deathblow.
What?
Just straight
Share
up.
unprecedented.
Share the load.
Oh.
Share the load.
So we're in Washington, D.C.
Oh,
There,
wait,
I've done my
who
part.
made Deathblow?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah,
Image.
Deathblow. It's
on the inside.
it is Image. Art by Jim Lee.
Yeah, that's why it looks
And
Great.
phenomenal.
story by Brandon
And
Choi and Jim Lee.
Yes.
It makes me so angry that this looks
So
Like,
good.
it looks
Oh, yeah.
really good. It really makes me angry.
You know what's funny? Deathblow made his premiere in Darker Image #1, which is also where the Max appeared.
No.
And that was the only one you liked from Darker Image.
Yeah, because it looked good.
But yeah, Deathblow. Oh, by the way, Brandon Choi co-created Gen 13.
Ah,
Okay.
all right.
Tell us about the death blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So, Deathblow is in a church, and he's praying and trying to confess his sins, and he
Which
does
are
that a lot.
legion.
Oh my god.
Because he's killed a lot of people. There's not a lot of words in this book.
What?
What are
There's
you
like
talking about?
10 words on this page.
Yeah, but there's a lot of subtext between
But
those words.
he's killed men and women.
But not just the men.
and
The
children.
women and the children.
Too. But no, Ben's pregnant pauses are really, really apropos because it says men with ellipses between each word, so you must
Women.
take those pauses between. So I've killed women
And even
and even children. And but what's great is you see all the slashes, so you know that
he's actually doing it.
and
Right.
that's what's happening. Like, women and children.
And he's doing it with a
Awesome.
knife. Like, this is really
Yeah.
gory. There's
Yeah.
a lot of blood.
Except
And
you
it
can't really
looks
see what he's
dope.
killing. But then on the next page, it's like he's killing a horse.
No, I think he's
What is
riding
this?
a bull.
What is happening?
I thought he was using a dog to facilitate his killing.
Oh, yeah, he's riding it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But-
What
This
do you
is-
think it is?
This is
Let me
just
see it.
a representation
Yeah,
of
it-
his bloodlust.
Yeah, because he's actually in a church right now. He's not actually murdering people.
No, but like this is like when he's killing people. This is like the stallion he rides.
I guess
the
he's-
death stallion.
He's one of the 4 horsemen, maybe.
He
Yeah, that
he
could
is
be.
100% riding a horse.
Riding a
Or it's-
demon
or
horse
it's- or it's an
with
ox.
red eyes.
Or it's an ox. See those horns?
No,
He's like,
that's not horn. Is it horns?
Are they?
Horns.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a bull.
oh my god, no, look, there's the knife. He's like removing the head of like a minotaur.
What is happening?
Grabbing the horn and he's digging into its
I read
jugular.
this book and I don't know what's happening.
The book only has 6 pages.
Anyway,
He doesn't even refer to it in his
See,
narrative.
no,
No, he
it's
doesn't
funny.
say what he's doing.
I thought that was a sword based on the coloring.
Yeah, but no.
No, because he's steely
No,
colored
I'm
too.
seeing that now.
Well, because they only have 3 colors to work with.
I
It's
do-
red, silver, and
Black.
Black.
I like the Minotaur thing. This is badass now.
It's probably a minotaur.
Now it's
That's
awesome.
probably what it is.
Yeah.
now it's much better than it was.
Now keep going. Now
So he
he's
kills
yeah.
a minotaur.
So he kills a
Which,
minotaur.
by the way, let's think about it like that. If he kills a Minotaur, he doesn't even bother to say that. That's like not looking behind
Right.
what. With
That's
the
not a
explosion.
sin.
That also means that like he's charging head through the labyrinth.
That's
And
right.
Yeah.
he's just like I killed men, women, and children. I'm not going to mention the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And-
have to tell them about the minotaur.
And he's standing on the edge of the abyss. The
Yeah,
blood is
he's
rolling
trying
his
to
ears.
like resist it. To
Yeah.
resist
but
killing
he can't.
people, but he can't. He's too weak to
It's
not
too
kill.
great.
Yeah.
or
It is
something.
too great.
And then he steps back in his vision and he looks at all the bodies of monsters.
Maybe he's on like walkabout.
Yeah.
Maybe that this is all like
vision
figurative
quest?
and like symbolic and,
And
like
he drank a lot. He ate a lot of peyote.
and
Yeah.
it's like none of it's actually occurring.
I mean, definitely
Yeah,
the
it's-
Minotaur, I think, is a
I
representation.
think it's more
Yeah.
like what it feels like to him.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like slaying a great beast.
Because
But then
don't
he,
forget-
then he wakes up and he sees that like it's actually an aftermath of death.
Right, and he's really in a church.
right.
Yes.
He is there.
We do go back.
And he's not just in a church; he's in a confessional.
He's in the
Yeah.
confessional.
And I want to
yeah.
believe that there is no priest in the confessional.
There-
He's just been talking to
well,
himself.
there isn't.
Well, no one answers him, so yeah,
well, no,
probably.
they show that.
Oh, that's
Do
right.
they?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
the priest.
Is- He shows up after.
Oh, okay.
that's right.
So he says he wants to kill himself, and
You know, for a man who kills so much, it
yeah.
should be easy.
Yeah, he takes out the gun, he puts it to his chin,
Yeah.
but then he says like, "I can't do it."
He's a coward.
He's a coward, or maybe he just doesn't want to die, which I think is really it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's like,
And-
but I have so much killing to do.
Yeah.
Who's gonna kill a Minotaur if I'm not here?
I don't think he really kills a Minotaur.
Well, figuratively or
Who's going to
literally.
kill the figurative Minotaur?
Anyway, that's the end of it.
Well, yeah.
No,
he
there's
walks
more.
out
Oh,
of
no,
the
that's
booth.
the end of it. His confession.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
His
It's like,
confession
To
is
no one.
I
almost
wanna
killing
exit,
himself.
I want to kill myself, and I can't.
but I can't.
I can kill all those other people, though.
And then you hear the father walking around the church,
Yeah.
and he
was-
exits the confessional.
Yeah.
Not the father, the Deathblow.
Deathblow is
Yeah.
walking around, and then the priest comes by and says, "Hey, can I help?"
Deathblow looks at him like an asshole.
And he just glares at him. Be like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you You were
want
trying to confess.
absolution.
He's like, no, I specifically went into the empty one.
Yeah.
I don't believe in God.
Well, like, I already said it. I'm not going to say it again.
Yeah.
I feel so stupid.
Look,
and I'm embarrassed to have done that.
I already know that you're just the middleman anyway. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I was talking to God already.
I'm fine.
Yeah, so then he trudges out of the church, which is beautiful looking.
That's what's so painful about this. Like, that
Yeah.
church is rendered so well.
Yeah.
And the
opinion.
rain
looks
looks
great.
really good. The rain effect is cool.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
really like how moody it is.
And then he tells you why he kills people. He says, in the name of my country. So you
Right.
get the idea that he's a soldier?
Yep.
Or secret agent or something.
Yeah.
Which you're really led to believe that he just kills for no reason. But
That's
I
how
guess
it
that's just
feels.
because of his guilt.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
it seem like that.
That's the thing. The priest says, like, may God be with you. And then he's like, not tonight, Father.
Not
Yeah.
any night or something.
Right.
Because I've got to do it again.
Yes.
Why were you here?
Maybe he was hoping that, like, he would change his mind if he went to the church.
I think this is just every time that has a little bit of downtime, he's consumed by guilt.
Yes.
And so he just like it's not always a church confessional. Sometimes it's just like he's in his apartment, like crying, or sometimes he's in like an alley, you know, doing whatever. Like who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, but
like,
sometimes the bloodlust is on him and there's no stopping it.
I guess. I mean, he didn't kill that priest, so I mean, it's not like it's overwhelming.
Yeah. So then we get a shot of him stepping on a newspaper, and I thought the newspaper was going to include information about what's going on, but no.
Like who he was going to kill
Yeah.
or
Right.
someone who
No,
died.
it's just a tabloid.
Yeah.
There's nothing useful in it, but you do see all the headlines, which I'm just confounded by why this panel is here. Perhaps the artist can explain.
Well, because I was hoping that there was going to that the idea was that his adventures are so like unbelievable that the only way they'd ever see print is in a tabloid magazine.
I assumed it was to like give us a comparison to the realistic world that he lives in, even though he has these crazy symbolic and figurative visions and or dreams. But like he's constantly surrounded by trash like this. Like this is what the world's worried about. Is like,
Right.
you
It's
know,
It's like Bat Boy found in cave. Or
yeah,
whatever, but,
like
Oh, it's not like Men in Black where these are the actual
exactly.
No,
yeah,
I-
like
I-
his true adventures are reported next to those ridiculous
No,
like UFO
I-
found in Phoenix.
I literally think that it's, and like I could be reading way too far into this, is that it's just to show you like a stark
I think you're
difference
right.
and like
yeah.
And I just noticed why I think you're right. In the next panel, in the background, there is a real newspaper in a box.
Oh.
Which has not been read.
Right.
It's still in the box.
Yeah.
He just stepped on the one that somebody actually looked at with
Yeah.
the sensational headlines about Madonna and stuff. The one in the box says Saddam Hussein bars U.S. weapons inspectors.
Right, like nobody cares about that. Like he lives in this like world where like he takes lives every day,
Yeah.
presumably.
Probably.
Or a lot.
You
More
know
than
what
he
I
would
mean?
like to.
Yeah,
Certainly.
and like what do people care about?
Right.
Yeah. Like I'm keeping these people safe and free, but to what end?
Is he?
Yeah.
He says it's for his country.
Well,
To whatever end.
To whatever end.
yeah.
And that's
And then the book just stops.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say the end
Yeah.
or to be continued or anything. It's just like, then there's a couple ads.
That's all you
And then
need.
then we go to another place, and I didn't realize this was the front page of the next book. I thought it was just another ad. Because I'm like, oh yeah,
It's nothing but
ads. Here's a book.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, we're not going to talk about
Because
Cybernary.
this is even worse.
Well, we're gonna
Yeah.
save Cybernary for another episode. I think we gotta save it because it's epic.
Yeah,
And
but
he's got-
that was Deathblow.
Yeah.
Deathblow.
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 It's the
Deathblow.
Deathblow.
In which a guy goes to a church and confesses
gets out of it.
and then leaves.
And confesses to no avail
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he confesses
Because
to
it
no
was
Literally,
one.
he doesn't even say anything.
And
So it's like
it
a guy
doesn't
goes into a
change it.
building and then leaves it.
It was like weirdly like Frank Miller met Sam Keith in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like that's what Deathblow kind of reminds me
But
of.
but Jim Lee owed them a favor and made it look awesome.
It
Jimmy
did
was
make it
part
look
of Image at this
awesome.
time.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Oh, you meant like yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
But so yeah, we got 3 books here. We got to pick the good, the bad, and the ugly. Which one is the good? Which was the best issue out of these 3?
I think you just held it in your hand.
What, Deadpool?
Deadpool?
Yes.
It's your vote, Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Okay.
I vote Deathstroke,
Oh,
the Hunted.
Well, now you can't even put it back up there.
It's
All right, hang on. We'll just put it here, and I'll
Yeah,
just
just take that away.
yeah.
Yeah, I vote
that
this.
away.
Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm voting Deathblow.
Oh my god.
I had a great time reading Deathblow.
You mean because it took 2 minutes?
Well, here's the thing. I got more out of this conversation about the interpretive stylings of Deathblow than, like, even a triple-sized issue of Deathstroke and his ridiculously circuitous problem. Like, I don't care. But at the end of the day,
Tiffany
like,
sold you on Deathblow.
Definitely
with
sold
her
me on Deathblow.
interpretation.
Like, but ultimately, no. When I read Deathblow, I'm like, this is really cool. And like, if I were 12, I'd be like, yeah. The fact that I'm not, I'm like, still cool looking though.
Okay.
Still cool looking.
Looks like you're going to be the deciding vote,
That
Tiffany.
sucks.
This is the first time we've had
A three-way
vote
tie,
for-
and then someone can actually break the
No,
tie.
Yes,
I don't
which
want
one
this
is it?
Good.
responsibility. So there was a point where each of these was going to be my good.
Interesting.
Like, because for me, I don't like none of them are good. So like I was just
Well,
like,
yeah, no.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, well no. I mean, obviously that.
Like I don't know. So
Which is the least bad?
Which one did you have the most fun reading?
oh my god. So I gotta tell you, like it really comes down to Deathstroke or Deathblow. Simply because of how, as I even put it perfectly, how impenetrable Deadpool tends to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so all over the place.
Yeah.
And, like, while I enjoy the parts with Deadpool, there's not enough of them.
No.
Yeah.
To call it Deadpool,
It's his solo
I gotta
adventure.
have more Deadpool.
Yeah.
And it's not even a solo adventure.
No,
No.
there's a million characters in it, and they're all like they all could have their own book at this time.
Yeah.
You could literally have a Black Tom book. You could have a Juggernaut book. You could have
Yeah.
whoever the hell else appears in this book.
Deathstroke's trying the hardest out of any of these books to do something real. And it's funny because, like, part of Deathstroke made it feel like it should have been in the Marvel Universe. Because we're in New York, you know what I mean? Like, I don't read a whole lot of DC books that take place not in, like, one of their
fictional
fiction-
city?
Yeah, exactly. And I know that they do exist, but it's like, typically you see...
They're footnotes. They don't
Yeah, but
actually
like,
have
no,
much
we're going
to
to
do.
deal in New York, and we're going to deal with our president, and it's the current president at the time of the book, so it's
Yeah.
like trying to ground it in reality.
Yeah.
But like look-wise, Deathblow like trumps all of them because
Yes.
for me it is so much more artistic and like I guarantee you it's not as deep as what I described it being. But like
I think Jim Lee would appreciate it. He'd be like,
I-
oh yeah, Deathblow is pretty cool.
I really had the most fun reading Deathblow, so I got to give it to Deathblow.
All right.
All right,
So
Deathblow wins the good. That being said, we all voted for. They were all good. Does any of them deserve the bad?
I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Deadpool does honestly because it's like it's too all over.
I
the
could
place
totally
for
get
me.
into Deathstroke. I could not get into Deadpool.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, Deadpool is the ugly.
Yes.
Because of
Ooh,
how
yeah.
incomprehensible
I thought we
it
were just weren't
is.
doing it ugly.
I mean, there are
Just
three
because Ben
criteria.
likes it doesn't mean it can't be ugly.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's our personal preferences. I also think Deadpool is the ugly because I just can't.
Yeah, and I've also seen way
I can't even. with
I
Deadpool.
know who everyone is in this book, and I still can't get into the.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
and I get it because it's like if this is like Nisi is his first time out writing a solo adventure of Deadpool, you're trying to do as much as possible, but like it's not.
But,
the
like,
way
just
to
do a
it.
Deadpool book.
Yeah, just that's all we want.
the meta stuff in it, like the fact that like every page ended in a oh no, and then like, and I think it's deliberate.
I didn't even know.
Having met PCA's it, like I think he actually did craft this to be like its own funny thing.
To be fair, that is not why I liked it.
Ben didn't notice it either. After you mentioned it, I was like, "That's kind of cool."
No, and I
but
like
I didn't
that.
see it when I read it.
I liked it,
It was
so much.
a little too well hidden.
Yeah.
I guess.
That being said,
It's weirdly
you know what it is?
subtle for a Deadpool book.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you know what it is? It was less dull than Deathstroke.
Really?
So I will say this is the bad versus the ugly. I think
Wow.
Well, no,
Deathstroke
I-
is just boring.
I liked how grounded it was. Like I
Yeah.
said, like it's so. You
I actually
don't
got
see
into
that
the
a lot.
story a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, so did I.
It did kick me back out with some of the flashbacks.
Yeah.
But whenever I was with Deathstroke,
Deathstroke.
I was interested in his struggle and his attempt to
Yeah.
escape.
And I felt like it did a better job managing multiple plot lines comparatively
Yeah.
to
That's
Deadpool.
it did do that.
Yeah.
I also
there was too many,
yeah.
but
I
it actually
could not
handled
stand the
them.
flashbacks because
rid of
every time all you're doing is you're like, oh man, Deathstroke's in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's gonna happen? Well, let me take you back a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
I
weeks
know.
ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago again.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, this person's
Yeah.
different perspective.
Yeah.
Now I'm meeting with this person,
You know what would have helped? I think if Scott McDaniel had drawn the whole damn book.
and then he even
Yeah,
says
I
like,
agree.
I just have to get out of the country and clear my name and wait till this blows over. And then the second that he escapes, he's like, it's time for me to go back.
I know
into the
that
US."
was also hilarious.
that was-
he's like,
yeah.
he's like,
We're
we gotta
going
go
right
back.
back.
Like,
Well-
what we just left.
Well, yeah, but now he's got like some
Now he's got
leads.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The only
assume...
place where it lost me was these 3 pages, literally.
Yeah.
This one, where we get the flashback with the hologram.
Yeah, and then I was like, wait, what?
If you take those out,
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
really
pretty
good
good
book.
book.
I got
Yeah.
and I got to say, like, this book has against it that it's a 0.
Yes.
And so, like,
Yeah.
I think that it is like this because it's like when you write an annual where you're just like,
well, I got to do its own thing.
Yeah, I have to do its own thing, and I gotta like try to like stretch it out a little bit. So like I'll use this to try to retell the origin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
this should have been the most accessible one.
and I feel like it was accessible. Like I did, other than Checkmate, I was
Right.
able to figure out what was going
Well,
on.
you could probably figure out what Checkmate is.
Yeah, because it had just to do with Deathstroke. I was like, okay,
Right.
Deathstroke's in this book a lot.
Yeah, that's true. He is not a cameo in his own damn book.
Yeah.
Yes, he actually is in some of the flashbacks.
Yes.
and cutaways, yeah.
Yeah, but
not in that one. Not in
no.
the one in the other world. Was
I don't think any of
Zambia
them-
or whatever?
Yeah, I don't think
That's-
any of them are bad.
I actually got a story with this one, though.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Deathblow is my ugly.
I thought it was gonna be.
Literally
because
nothing
there's
happens.
nothing-
I really
there.
thought it was gonna be the ugly just because it's like, who cares?
No, you know what's funny though? Like
Like you.
legitimately because of it wasn't even like, cause I didn't even really analyze this page all that much. I was looking more at this page and like the way he sees these bodies and the fact that like he's like weirdly not really wearing clothing in it.
Yeah.
Like this made me want to know, at least in the next issue, if there is one,
Yeah, there is.
what's going on. Like, is it that he has PTSD? Is it that he's mentally disturbed? Is this
Right.
actually occurring?
Yeah,
Like,
did this actually happen?
Yeah.
Or is that
Right.
like his twisted version
yeah, like
of
this.
it?
Weirdly enough, made me want to know more about Deathblow.
You know what's funny? He's dying.
Oh, is he?
That's the twist. Is that he's
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Okay.
So he is just killing himself anyway.
dying. Well, like he can't kill himself, but he is slowly dying.
So
it's like,
but he's afraid of death.
Yeah.
The thing he's surrounded himself with. That's. Yep, I feel good about my choice.
But yeah, so I don't think any of them are really bad. And again, no candidates for the wrong box. I
No.
really
No.
was. I thought
That's
Deathblow was going
true.
to get it. I really did. Maybe Cybernary will get it next time.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
Hibernary
Oh
would
my
God.
definitely
You know
go.
what's funny? When I opened up Deathblow, like I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
But by the time it was done, I was like, all right.
No, you got me, Deathblow.
Yeah.
Also, hilarious name. I
Yeah.
guarantee it's got to be from Seinfeld.
That is like, it's like the worst name you could give.
Oh
This
man, you're missing the Deathblow. So yeah. Anyway, let us know in the comments down below what theme you're looking forward to next for this show, and we'll try to make it happen. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time with another episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. Hopefully we'll find some bad and ugly ones.
Yeah.
Next time.
We gotta try harder.
I know.
Yeah. This one there was no consensus at
No,
all in
no.
this episode. We're just split.
all over
was
the
crazy.
place, like
Yeah.
many of the books themselves.
Uh-huh.
See you next week.